Amy Porterfield nearly broke the internet while I was away on holiday. She announced she's retiring Digital Course Academy and stepping into a new coaching style program. And just like that, Instagram exploded. Supportive takes, critical takes, hot takes from people who haven't launched anything since 2019. And the biggest question everyone started asking is, are online courses dead? Because if Amy Porterfield is closing down her flagship course, people assumed that must mean the market is done. Today we're answering 3 questions. Are online courses dead? What does Amy's move actually mean for you? And what does it not mean? And what does 2026 look like for course creators who want a big year? Stick with me until the end because I'm going to tell you exactly what has changed in this market, what it means for you, and how you can adapt without blowing up your whole business. Well, hello there. Hello. It is so good for me to be here in your ears today. Today is Monday, the 19th of January. I have been back from my holiday since last Thursday, and it was amazing. I batched a few episodes for you, so you had something to listen to, but I'm so glad I'm back, and I'm so glad you are here with me. I ate chicken legs for lunch on Christmas Day. It was a new experience for me, definitely a cultural something different, but I quite enjoyed it and I will eat it again. We had a very traditional Chinese Christmas, I would say, if there is such a thing. Maybe it's just a traditional everyday because we just went to the most amazing dumpling house and we just ate all the delicious dumplings we could find. And then we jumped over the pond to Japan and we skied in 2 beautiful spots. One is Furano, which is a little bit smaller town, very Japanese, not too many tourists. All the dinner spots are run by Japanese people and it's these small little family-run restaurants. I love it. It's so authentic. And then we went to Niseko, which is like a tourist, just overrun with tourists. Somebody called it Bali for snow or snow Bali. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty true. It's just Aussies everywhere you look. And it's very touristy, but fun, of course. And I think when the kids are a little bit older, they're going to love going to Niseko because it's the kind of town where you can just tell the kids to just be back before midnight. And they're just running around town having fun, kind of like the way I grew up in South Africa when we'd go down to Margate for December holidays. Shout out to anybody who's been to Margate recently. And then finally, we spent the last 4 days in Tokyo, which is just absolutely one of my favorite cities in the entire world. I love Tokyo. I ate my body weight in food and Asahi beers. And the wonderful thing about going on holidays in Japan is you can do that and you still come home not having gained any weight, which is definitely a plus. So if you go to Japan, the food is so clean and everything is just so light and easy and on the smaller side of what we're used to. And it's just delicate and delicious and amazing and lovely. But it's lovely to be back with you, and I look forward to spending 2026 with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I do not take your time for granted. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you. That's why I love it so much when you send me an email or you shoot me a message on Instagram and you tell me that you're listening. There are so many of you that have listened for years, and I just want to say I appreciate you. And even if you're brand new, I appreciate you just as much. It is really a privilege for me to be in your ears, so thank you. Now, let's talk about Amy Porterfield. Let me set the scene. So I'm on holiday, lying on bed, watching the snow fall on Mount Yotei in Niseko through the window of my hotel, and there's about a meter of snow lying outside on the ground, and it's beautiful and stunning. And then my Instagram explodes because Amy just announced that she's retiring Digital Course Academy. And immediately the commentary starts, of course. Some people are emotional, which is normal. Like kind of it's the end of an era message I heard a lot. Some people are supportive, which is great. Good for her. She's earned the right to evolve. And some people are using it as proof that online courses are dead. And I'm going to say something that might ruffle some feathers. If you're saying courses are dead because one person in the industry pivoted, that is not analysis. That is projection. I'm going to say it again. If you're saying courses are dead because one person pivoted, one person in the industry pivoted, that's not analysis. You are projecting your own fears onto us and onto that person. And that's not cool, all right? So let's get the elephant in the room out of here. Are online courses dead? Let's answer it properly. The answer is no. It is a loud, resounding, full-bodied that I feel from my gut, in my heart, in my head, with all of my muscles and all of my skin. I feel it. It is a no. It's a full-body no. Courses are not dead. Courses matter. Courses are important. Courses are how we change people's lives. But here's what's true. Some people's launches are dying. And that's not the same thing. What's happening is that a lot of course creators are looking at their own results. And maybe sales are down. Maybe your webinar converted lower last year than it used to. Maybe you're working harder for the same revenue. And instead of asking, what changed and what do I need to change? It becomes easier to say, the market is dead. Because it's less confronting than admitting, my message needs to evolve. My offer needs to be hotter. My trust building is missing something. My marketing strategy is stuck in 2018. And let's talk about Amy specifically. I've seen people online saying, Amy isn't saying courses are dead. She's just pivoting. And I want to say something very clear. Amy is pivoting because she's pivoting. Not because DCA stopped making money. Amy makes millions when she launches DCA. I know of at least one launch where she made over $10 million in a single launch. And even a bad launch for Amy is still a multi-million-dollar launch. So do you think she would just casually walk away from $3 million or $5 million or $10 million for no reason? No. This is a lifestyle decision for her. This is a season of life decision. This is I've been doing this for 15 plus years and I want a change decision. And honestly, good for her. She doesn't owe anyone an explanation. But you do need to be careful not to turn her personal pivot into a market verdict. Because those are two very different things. And here is my big fat warning to you. I need to give you a big, loud warning here. Just because Amy can do this doesn't mean you can do this. Let me explain what I mean. If you stopped selling anything for the next 12 months, would you be financially fine? Would your lifestyle be covered? Would your bills be covered? Would your family be covered? If the answer is yes, then you might be in a position to restructure your business like Amy and cut off a limb. But if the answer is no, do not copy someone who can afford to pivot in a way that you cannot. Because for most course creators, your course is not just a course. It's probably your paid top of funnel offer. It's the front door into your world. It's the first step someone takes when they want to work with you. And after they take that first step, then you can ascend them into your coaching program or your membership or your mastermind. So if you're sitting there thinking, memberships are easier to sell, or coaching is easier to sell, or my high ticket offer feels easier to fill, you might be tempted to say, why keep the course? It's hard work. Live launching nearly kills me. Here's why you keep the course. Because it's easier to sell to someone who has already bought from you than to sell to someone who's buying from you for the first time. The first sale is always the hardest. It's the online course. And it should be, because that's when trust is being built. Especially if that's your low-end offer, if that's your cheapest offer. So if you remove that front door, you don't magically get more people into your mastermind. You get fewer people entering your world. Think of it like this. Your course is the front door. Your coaching is the lounge room. And your mastermind is the private dining room. If you remove the front door, people aren't going to magically teleport into the private dining room. So before you ever consider following Amy's example, I want you to check your data. You know I'm a data geek. I love looking at data. Look at your buyers. How many people who joined your coaching, your membership, your mastermind started by buying your course? If your course is the front door, don't close the door. You renovate the door. And I'm going to tell you exactly how. If you're a successful course creator, coach, or online expert who's ready to stop being the bottleneck in your own growth, listen up. We're currently accepting applications for 2 spots in our Meta Ads agency. What makes us different? We're not just your ads team, we're your growth partners who help you navigate the whole picture. Your funnel strategy, your customer journey, and your scaling roadmap. We dive deep into your data to make sure every marketing dollar works harder for you. If you're doing at least 10K per month in revenue, have a proven offer that converts, and you're ready to invest at least 3K monthly in ads to scale strategically, we'd love to talk. We only have 2 spots available, and they will go fast. This is for you if you want expert guidance and proven strategies that deliver predictable results. Go to thelaunchlounge.com/agency to apply now. Now let's talk about what really has changed. Because, dun dun dun, the market has changed. But it didn't change overnight. It's been changing since 2022. If you've been in this industry for more than 10 years, like I have, you've seen the swings. Back in 2015, 2018, it was easier to get in front of the right people. Social media was a breeze. It was different. Webinars were fresh. People weren't tired. But then it became mainstream, more competition, more webinar fatigue. And when 2020 hit, suddenly the online course heavens opened up. And for about 2 years, 2020 to 2022, if you were selling an online course, it probably rained money on your head. And then privacy changes. Apple's iOS update, Google tightening things up, ad tracking got harder, email delivery got trickier. And also, people went back to work. Life got busy again. We entered what people started calling a trust recession. Now listen to me. This is normal. It is basic economics. Bull markets, bear markets. You've heard that before. If ever bought any real estate or gone looking for houses, you'll hear people say, "Oh, it's a buyer's market right now," or "Oh, it's a seller's market right now." The point is, it always goes up and then it goes down, and then it goes up and then it comes down, and then it goes up and then it comes down. And the resilient people, the smart ones, the ones who are not just putting our hopes and our fears in one thing, we're still around. Amy's still around. She's been smart. I'm still around because I've been able to manage the risks of the ups and the downs. That is not a sign that courses are dead. It's a sign that the market is doing what markets do. So accept that and start working with it. So what's different right now in plain language? Let's think about this. What is actually different today? Number one, trust is more expensive than it used to be. People want proof, and not the fluffy kind. They want decision-making proof. Testimonials. They want testimonials that actually help someone decide. So if your testimonial shouldn't say, "This was amazing." Someone gives you a testimonial that says, "This was amazing," ask them to give you another one. You want it to sound more like, "I made $8,200 in 21 days using this launch plan. I stopped procrastinating and launched in 30 days because of the weekly checkpoints. I got 50 students with a small list by following the exact webinar and email templates." You want case studies with context and with numbers. People trust stories. They don't want vague wins. A solid case study should include who they are, where they started, what changed, and what happened, and have numbers in it. For example, she had 12,000 subscribers and made 18K after we changed the webinar promise and follow-up. Number 3, they want proof that they can see. So screenshots, right? Get those screenshots. Use those emails. Use those messages on Facebook. Use those Slack messages. The things where your students are celebrating wins, the checkout numbers, the dashboards, the before and after landing page or webinar title, email performance improvements. They want risk reversal that feels safe, guarantees that reduce fear. Maybe a 14-day try it method. Or finish module 1, and if it's not what you expected, we refund you. Or maybe it's an action-based guarantee. Do the steps, show us, and if not, you get a refund. They want clarity and specific outcomes. Confusion kills conversions. Be clear about who it is for and who it's not for, and the time commitment. What will they have by week 1, by week 2, by week 4? Outcomes that are specific and measurable and time-bound. Not just grow your business. So that is how you start building more trust. The second reason the market is different is because attention is fractured. Your audience is overwhelmed. Their nervous system is jacked. They don't need more information. They need help implementing so that they can get faster results with less work. People always pay more to get results faster or to get results with less effort. The next reason is generic offers just don't sell like they used to. An offer that says make more money is too vague. An offer that says lose weight is too vague, because every course on the internet promises that. And when your promise sounds like everyone else's promise, people don't feel a reason to choose you now. Specific outcomes are what cut through. And that looks like a clear result. They can picture, they can see it, they can feel it. There's a time frame. And they know exactly that it is for them because it feels so relevant to them. So instead of grow your business or lose weight or make more money without working harder, you want something like add 10K a month without posting every day. Fill your next launch with 300 webinar signups from a small audience. Create a simple funnel that brings in 5 sales a week on autopilot. Launch your first course in 30 days, even if your list is small. Lose 10 kilos in 12 weeks without giving up carbs or living in the gym. Because people are never buying information. They're buying certainty. They want to know, what exactly will I be able to do after this? And how fast can you help me get there? The next thing that is different is that people are paying more for support, speed, and accountability. Courses that are information only are harder to sell right now. They want transformation with support. They want to thrive. That's why coaching is having a sweet moment right now. And I remember the last sweet moment it had was 10 years ago. That was when I signed up for a $30,000 course to teach me how to be a coach. 2025, I remember it well. Because people don't just want another course to watch one day. They want someone to help them actually do the thing. But here's the part that nobody wants to say out loud. Just give it a few years and you'll hear people start shouting, coaching is dead. And that's not because coaching is going to stop working. It's because the market will swing again. When something becomes the shiny solution, everyone piles in. It gets noisy, results get mixed, and then the headlines flip. So don't chase what's trendy. Build what gets your people results. And then add the level of support that they are craving right now. Now, I put together a little playbook, a list of things that will help you win in 2026. So let's think about this. What does 2026 look like for online course creators? Here's the good news. Courses are still an incredible model, but the winners are the people who evolve their marketing. Here's your 2026 playbook. Step 1. I want you to make your offer more specific. Who is your course for now? Not 2019, not that version of it. What exact problem does it solve? What exact transformation do they get? Step number 2, add high touch without rebuilding your whole business. This is where people overcomplicate it. You do not need to become a full-time coach. You can add support in ways that scale, like weekly office hours during launch month or a 14-day implementation sprint. Maybe something like a limited audit bonus or accountability buddies or a pop-up community. Which one are you going to try? Step 3, Build trust before you ask for the sale. This is huge and so needed right now. You need case studies. You need student stories. You need proof of results. You need clarity on who it's not for. If you go to my website and you look at our agency application page, I want you to see exactly how specific I get there. And I don't mind if you throw my data off with everybody going there to that page now. Just go and have a look at how clear we are about who we do not want as clients, who we do not work with. That page works like gangbusters. All right, so be clear on who you do not work for and use case studies to demonstrate who it does work for. Step 4, keep the front door open. Keep your course, but renovate it. Renovate your offer. Don't shut down your course because you're scared. Maybe you just need to update the positioning, update the promise, or update the onboarding or the sales mechanism. Because courses aren't dead. Lazy positioning is dead. Information only is harder today. Transformation with support is thriving. So let's bring this home. Amy retiring DCA is not a market obituary. It's her business model choice. And you do not need to react by burning your business down. Instead, ask yourself these 3 questions. Is my course the front door to working with me? What trust building step is missing in my next launch? What would make my next launch feel more personal, more supported, and higher value without burning me out? Answer those honestly. And 2026 can be your most profitable, most enjoyable year yet. Because you'll be working with the market, not against it. And that is how we continue to build our freedom empires in 2026. Next week, we're talking about podcasting. What's working in podcasting? Should you start a podcast in 2026? Or maybe, given we're on a roll here, you heard Jenna Kutcher's closing her podcast down, and you wonder if you should do it too. Email me your thoughts about podcasting to podcast@thelaunchlounge.com. I want to hear from you first. Tell me, do you think podcasting is dead? If you have a podcast, how's it going? Let me know and we'll chat about this next week. All right, have a fabulous week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Before you go, remember, if you're a course creator ready to scale with a team that actually gets what you do, we'd love to hear from you. We're not just running ads, we're helping you build your freedom empire with data-driven strategies that work specifically for online course businesses. If that sounds like what you've been looking for, head to thelaunchlounge.com/agency and apply. We only work with a small number of clients at a time, so if we're a fit, let's talk. That's thelaunchlounge.com/agency.